Hello and welcome to Sterling Armory's Sword Talk. This is episode 50, big old 50. When we were going to record tonight, didn't realize we are already at 50. So we have a lot to talk about tonight, I think, in a relatively short amount of time. So let us bring on our guest for the big 50.
It's
Hey,
me. It's Warbear. Hey, we're turning 50. Fucking hell.
no. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's been a lot of videos. Not
Yeah.
just our Sword Talk, by the way, our Sword Talk vlog. We also do a couple other video series if you're on our YouTube channel. But yeah, it's a lot for us. So pretty exciting time. So if you're new to Sword Talk, this is pretty much a vlog where we talk everything sword related, from films and fantasy swords to historical stuff to HEMA, tournaments we attend, etc. And that last category is kind of what we're focusing on today, because we just got back from a big tournament. So before we start, we talk about what we're drinking. So if you're watching us, grab a drink and join us. And I forgot to say who I was, didn't I? Yep. I'm Chris, Sterling Armory sword maker. And what's my other job? Oh, aerospace engineer. That's my normal job. I forgot about that for a second. And then Colton sadly couldn't join us tonight, but hopefully he will be on with us next time. We're all busy right now, so that's mainly why a lot of these haven't been coming out lately, because we're all super busy. So,
yeah.
And then, you want to give an intro there too?
I'm Joshua Von Warbear, and I make swords, daggers, leatherwork, concept art, freelance illustrator, and I'm a professional art director in the adult industry.
Very exciting.
Very.
So yeah, we do this Sword Talk. Again, if you're new to here, we do the Sword Talk to give a slightly different perspective, because there's a lot of sword reviewers, a lot of sword discussions out there from people who use swords, which we do, but also from folks who compete and do things, but maybe aren't on the maker's side of the house. So that's why we wanted to do this series here. But yeah, so for our 50th Sword Talk here, we do have some special treats that we're going to cover at the end. But
first, Chris, what are you drinking for the 50th, the big 50?
That's a good reminder there, because I almost blew right by it. So Shelby made me a nice gin and tonic from some, I think it's some London gin that we just picked up. It's quite good. I forgot the name of it, though. I should know that. But it's good. What are you drinking, Warbear?
I am drinking a bottle of mead.
Did you get a new one?
No, this is the one you left in the fridge.
How is that not gone already? How long is that?
Yeah, I love you, buddy. That's one of the best things is when you come over, you always get excited. You buy like 3 or 4 bottles of mead, and then we both forget we don't have time to drink any of it.
That's true.
So then you're jumping on an airplane. Then I'm like, guess I'll have to drink these. Damn it.
Yeah. So if that was my fridge, it'd be gone in 2 days.
No, man. No. So generally, what I'll do, because I'm an honest person, I'll try and save the mead for the next time you come back, so we can drink it. Yeah, I haven't drank the Winter Jack. I'm keeping that for you.
Oh, thanks, man. I almost had a Winter Jack tonight, but I was like, no, I'll do something different.
Yeah.
So that's again great interception there. That was.
Yeah, this is aged. I'm pretty sure you bought this 2 Valley of the Suns ago, or
I was
2
gonna say
nights.
It's got to ferment a little bit more since we bought it, right?
Yeah.
It's
2022.
So yeah, Socal. We just got back from Socal 20. So you're watching this in the future, 2025 Socal. It was a little later this year than typical, and at a brand new venue, which we loved.
Great, yeah.
Especially compared to that prior venue where we were outside. So,
the wind tunnel of doom.
Yeah, although the last years it wasn't so bad because we were inside, but yeah, the first year we were there, we were outside. It
reminded me of the wind tunnels from Hoth. The Empire, where the rebels are bunkered down in like the
yeah, it's like, oh, that's why they wear such large jackets.
Yeah.
And sliding across the floor and everything else too, right?
Good old Alan Stell from Grommets. Pretty sure he had a word with God to make it colder to sell out of capes because he sure as shit did.
Yeah, I think I bought one that year.
Everyone bought one.
Yeah. Oh, that's one image I forgot to load. We should have loaded for today. So this year's Socal. I'm trying to remember the name of that booth that had the poofy pants.
Oxen Plow. Oh no, wasn't Oxen Plow.
It was next to them.
Yeah.
The Castile, right?
Castile Armory. Yep.
Yeah, Castile Armory. So they had a great booth this year, and they had a big sale on Hema jackets and poofy pants, and so both Warbear and I got a set of poofy pants because
sure did.
We love them. Why not?
Hang up in my closet right now.
Yeah, I should have brought that picture in, but whoops. Well, we got a couple other images and things we're showing here in a little bit. But yeah, so SoCal went really well. I was actually sick the majority of that show. In fact, all of it. I was recovering from being sick.
Yeah.
And I just did not feel well. I was not contagious anymore. I think I checked with the doctors before I left. But I just felt terrible. So I did cutting. Did not do well at all. I think I did well for the condition I was in. But the fun thing was in arming sword, I got a chance to cut with Warbear's arming sword because I didn't have mine with me, and that thing cut really well. So it was fun to cut with too, and it's similar to my blade, just a different grip shape. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, but it cut.
And Warbear's size parameters.
Yeah. I think it is bigger than mine, isn't it?
It's I think it's 3.5 at the base.
Yeah,
it's either 3 or 3.5.
Mine's
it's large.
Yeah.
So
yours is definitely larger, but it wasn't that much heavier. It was about the same weight.
Right. Yeah.
And then longsword. Which one did I cut with longsword? I grabbed one off the booth. Oh, it was the red and gold.
Red and gold, red and bronze, or red and bronze.
But that cut great as well. Got through the. They had the dowel in the tatami for that one, so I had to cut through a tatami mat with a dowel in the middle. I think it was a poplar dowel, it might have been pine. I can't remember. Cut great. It went right through it fine. On my winters or the rising cuts, I kept messing those up. That was me, not the sword. But the tournament overall was a lot of fun. I don't know if it was because of the venue it was in, because the venue was, I don't want to say smaller. It didn't feel smaller, but it definitely forced everybody into certain areas. Yeah. So, like, when tournaments are going, it felt more crowded. And I think that was a good thing. So, I have a lot of footage coming out of SoCal. So, hopefully I'll have a vlog for SoCal in our sort of vlog section sometime soon. But there's a lot of stuff to edit there. So, that's going to be a little while.
Tiny Spears. Bought Tiny Spears from Arms and Armor.
Yeah, thanks, Nathan, for bringing those out. How many did you buy? 2?
I think 2. Yeah, I think 2. I bought one of each because they both had different heads.
Yeah, if they would have fit in my bag, I would have bought all of them.
They were so cool. Well done, Arms and Armor, for creating impulse buys out of medieval weapons.
Right. So I need to reach out to him because I want to get some of those just to have here because we have. Yeah. I have axe throwing on my property right now. I have archery. I have the plumbata right now, and it's all still set up. So I need spear throwing, especially the tiny spear.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Nathan, for bringing those out. That was awesome. Also, actually, we can show if I can get it. This room is a mess right now, but I have the Albion I got impulse buy as well. So,
yep.
See if I don't break everything trying to get the thing out.
Sigmund will get you. You gotta watch him.
Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work.
The suspense is killing me. Just fall already.
Yeah, I know. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So, I got a Principe, which is funny. When Phil saw it, he's like, "Oh, you did not." He's like, "You're going to the dark side?" I was like, "No, I'm not going to cut with it. Like, I'm not going to compete with it." But it was, for those of you who know me, and the color is not really coming out too well on the camera here, at least not on my side. But this teal, it's like a really teal. It looks blue on the camera, but it
looks very blue.
It's very teal in person. It's like a green-blue mix. But yeah, that kind of called my name when I saw that color. In fact, he had an Alexandria that I actually wanted first. And then Dan stepped in and got it before, like, I think he bought it within like 10 seconds of then opening. Because I saw it, I was like, oh, I wanted to talk about it, and Dan already bought it. And I was like, son of a. so this was actually on the table for a little bit. I had to talk myself into it, or reason that I could, get one of these. So, but I did. So yay! And funny enough, I actually have an Alexandria coming. Yeah. So yeah, thanks, Mike. Now everything's gonna fall. Yeah, it's just a mess right now. I'm just gonna hold this over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great blade. There was what was the other one on there? I was looking. Oh, there was a Regent. He had an Albion Regent, a half wire up that I also.
Someone yanked that.
Someone yanked that one as well. I don't know who got that one. That also happened to the top. So in Castile, I got the poofy pants and I went back to get the top and it was gone. I was like, God dang it.
Yep. And I got the poofy pants and the top was already gone. And then I was like, no big deal, until I saw the dude that bought the top walk by all smug and cool. And I was like, man, that's my jacket.
Yeah.
He's like, suck it, nerd. And I'm like,
right.
Oh, you got me. Fuck. Shit.
So there's a ton of highlights that you'll see in the vlog. So I got videos of tournaments. So the way they did the finals this year, especially for cutting, was very different. Got all that on film. So the video will be quite long. But it was pretty cool because in cutting, it's usually one at a time, right? You're doing your cuts and that's it. Whereas this time they had two mats out there, and the final two was between the two. So they made it like almost like a sparring event. But they would call the cut, and then each person had to go up and do the cut they called out, the same cut. And then they got judged like immediately. So it was like they were competing against each other, which I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. Did you have any highlights yourself?
Man, let me think. That barbecue joint was really good. A lot of my highlights really have to do with food. I think my lowest point of the con was going to that one of that restaurant that served frozen mozzarella sticks and
oh, that was terrible. Oh yeah.
Added 50% gratuity on top of the ticket.
I put that out of my brain.
Hey, that's the way my brain works sometimes. It's like, what was your highlights? And I was like, I can't think of one, but I can think of something real bad that happened.
Yeah, damn it. And Mike Sigmund picked that restaurant.
He made up for it. He's a gentleman and a scholar, that guy. He bought us all around later at the hotel bar. So I love you, Sigmund. Appreciate it, buddy.
So if you were at the tournament and you did not hear this story, we were at, so Mike and who else was there? Purple Heart guys were there.
The usual suspects.
Yeah, but they were waiting like, what, an hour?
Yeah.
And then we show up and order our food. We're all at the same table. And then we get our food immediately, and they're still waiting for theirs.
But our food is frozen.
Frozen, yeah.
Fried and frozen at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
No, yeah.
And then we didn't get the sauce, right? And we had to wait for the sauce. Yeah, it was terrible. The whole thing was a terrible experience.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like terrible experiences are often made memorably fun by getting together and just joking about the whole thing, which we did in spectacular form.
Right. Yeah. It made the rest.
I mean, the filet mignon was great over at the barbecue place.
The other thing, our usual restaurant, which is what the name of it?
Yard House.
Yeah, Yard House. 3 hour wait.
Yeah. 3 hour wait.
We're like, no.
They may as well just told me to leave. I would have felt less.
I think that's what they were telling us to do. Right?
They used. That's what we in the industry call code words.
Yeah.
They're like, come back tomorrow.
Right.
Like.
So if
anyone else at Socal, if you stayed in the hotel, did y'all stay next to the elevator? And did y'all hear the elevator cables running over the top of the rooms the whole night?
For the wind.
That was wild.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so if you're in the HEMA community, you have not been to a tournament or not been to a big tournament, highly recommend Socal. And again, the footage coming out that we'll show in our vlog will show you why. So yeah, that's SoCal. Next event's coming up. We got a bunch coming up. We're not quite sure what all we're doing though. So we do know we're doing Combat Con, and it's also the last year of Combat Con. So I guess let's pause on Combat Con. So we have Combat Con coming up. We have Queen's Gambit, which is the month before. Actually, it's the month or like a couple of weeks before Combat Con, and we're hoping that at least I'll get there, and hopefully me and Josh. I'm not sure.
I'd like to go to Queen's Gambit. I've been telling whoever has been asking, yeah, we're going to try and attend. I don't know if we're going to have a booth vending. We'll try, but likely it'll just be us kind of stopping by to say hi and check it out, see how it goes.
Yeah, that's my thought. Is it'll be just a short thing for us. It's close to me, so I shouldn't have a problem getting there unless we are trapped doing stuff, getting ready for Combat Con or my shop, because we're still,
which is increasingly possible.
Yeah, it is. So, but hopefully we can do there. And then, although we're not attending this event, we do have another event, Sword Strong? Yeah, Sword Strong in Kansas City. I believe it's run by Bear Swords. If I'm saying that wrong, please let me know. We're not going to be at that event, but we sponsored it last year, and then we're sponsoring it this year as well. Big tournament in Kansas City, so if you're in the Kansas City area, definitely check that out. I guess let's focus on Combat Con. So right now, actually, let me show you this. So Combat Con every year for the last 2 years, and then this is the final one. They auction off pieces from makers that we donate in order to raise money so they can get the tournament ran via and get all the insurances covered for cutting and all this sort of thing. So currently live right now. Can I pop this up? Yeah. So we are donating this longsword. If you've been at one of the last couple tournaments, you may have seen this piece. It's again one of a kind piece. If you're new to us and new to the Sword Talk, we are sword makers, but we're not a production company. So each piece we make is one of a kind.
Right.
And this particular piece is, I think, a really beautiful piece. You see, it's a Type 18, and it has a race skin grip. So I'll zoom in a little bit. So race skin grip for the upper, and then wire wrap on the lower. It is one of our thicker Type 18s, so it's actually at the base, it's about 0.32 thick, which is a bit thicker than your standard 18. But then drastically distal tapers down to a normal Type 18 thickness. So it's pretty stiff. So it's a good, stiff blade for either armor fighting. Even though it's a sharp, don't fight in armor with it. But it's also great for cutting hard targets. It can cut tatami as well. I've done double cuts with it, no problem. But it goes through like 2-inch bamboo like it's not even there. So it's a really nice piece. Surprised I still have it. I'm surprised it hasn't sold. So that will be auctioned off and is live right now. So if you go to the Combat Con page, either on Facebook or on their webpage, they will link to where the auction is.
And will the auction still be going on by the time this one airs?
Yeah, so it'll be going on so right now it's what, the 12th? So it'll be going on for another, 3 weeks, I think? And I'll air this
pause Sword Talk right now and go over there, and I'm sure we'll put links in the description, and throw your bid down, help support the cause, and get a damn good sword for probably a decent deal,
right?
Because that is what's been happening lately.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have one, Albion has one, Valiant has one, and I want to say Arms and Armor put in one this year. I think I could be wrong, but yeah. So check it out. We're sad that it's the last year of Combat Con, because Combat Con was really the event that really got us heavily into HEMA, whereas prior to that we would do a lot more Ren fairs and a lot more local shows. Right. So there's a lot of talk that maybe it'll keep going, but in a different venue. So I know we've talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it on Sword Talk before, but I don't know. Do you have any thoughts of where you'd like to see that go?
Yeah, I think generally we talk about it when we've had a few Moscow mules at every sword event, just like as it comes up. But I think Combat Con in Vegas, being the last one, is a bittersweet kind of thing. A lot of people were bitter because, oh, the last one, that sucks. A lot of people think it's sweet because, like, thank God I won't have to spend money to stay in Vegas for another sword convention.
Very true.
Which, I get it. As makers, we're there to work, and it's still more of kind of like a break-even vacation for us. Right. But would we do it any different? Absolutely not. We love seeing you guys there. We love seeing our friends. We love getting to hang out. We love nerd talking. For me, I would love to see that go either to Salt Lake City or maybe Texas or Phoenix. I know Florida's probably on the docket. It doesn't have anything, so something in Florida would be great for the community. But I think Salt Lake is probably the most logical choice for location for future Combat Cons. I don't think it'll be called Combat Con coming up. I think it'll be called something else. Yeah. It'd be great if it was. I would love to see it continue. I don't want to see a blank spot in late July, August for our sword stuff. But yeah, I think Salt Lake City is the next logical conclusion.
Yeah, so I would actually say the same thing. We went to Blade Show West one year, and Colton went this year. And Blade Show West happens around the same time as one of their current tournaments, which I think, what's the Salt Lake Open?
Salt Lake Open.
But Salt Lake Open is every other year? Is that right?
Yes, which we are invited to the next one. They will have sharps. So
yeah,
we will likely be posting up at Salt Lake Open and seeing you guys and bringing some sharp swords for you to play with.
Is that October this year? Is that right?
I believe so. I want to say 15th, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. So when we were there, though, at Blade Show, it's in this huge convention center in Salt Lake, and it's like, man, like imagine a HEMA tournament right next to Blade Show, like going on at the same time. Like, that almost seems like meant to be. And so my thought was, if Combat Con moved to Salt Lake, which I think it should, because just because of if you look at who attends Combat Con, I'm not sure about last year, but in the years prior, Salt Lake had a huge contingency of competitors there. Although when you step back and look at the overall attendance, I'm not sure where that leans. It might lean towards California, actually. Just because California's close, right?
Socal,
and also Combat Con does with stage combat and deals with all sorts of seminars as well. So, but yeah, if all of that just shifted to Salt Lake, I think you keep your crowd, and it's a huge community up there for that. So. And then if you could do it with Blade Show, I mean, that's just, at least in my opinion, that's the dream.
Right. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I would love to see a Salt Lake Combat Open. That'd be rad. And I think year before last, Blade Show West and Salt Lake Open happened the same weekend. I know this coming up one, they're separated by a week.
They are?
So, Blade Show West is first weekend, and the other one is next, or it's swapped around. I forget which, but I know they're separated by week because I was trying to crush a couple birds with one stone and go out and see Blade Show West as well as and hit up Strap Tank while you're in Utah. Strap Tank witness me and send me deals and coupons for free Sergeant Holt's Dark Lager beers. Anyway,
so Blade Show gets literally tens of thousands of people walking through that door, and can you imagine if? Because there's sword booths within Blade Show. And everyone's asked, like, well, what do you do with these? Do you just put them on the wall? Like, what do you do with them? And if you just say, no, go over there, watch the tournament. And I think the attendance, of a HEMA event would be huge, right? Compared to, like, it'd be probably on the levels of Socal.
You could hang them on a wall legally. I'm supposed to tell you not to rob a bank or fight in them. But, you do you, bud. Once you've purchased it,
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think that would be neat.
I think so. I know Sonny's lobbying for Texas for very selfish reasons, Sonny. I can't say I blame him. I said Phoenix. I would love for it to be in my backyard.
Well, actually, I mean, Phoenix would be another great spot as well. Another hub of HEMA, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. if it stays in Vegas, which well, if it continues at all, we don't even know. Hopefully it does. But if it did stay in Vegas, the only thing I would want it to do is move it to the Excalibur.
Right? Yeah, like, absolutely.
I do know it probably
I'm sure there's a story. There's got to be a story behind why it's not at the Excalibur, because that had to be their first pick.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
It's got to be something like they went to Excalibur with stars in their eyes, and they're like, "We want to hold a sword convention," and they were like, "Money," and they're like, and then Flamingo was like, "Hey, sign with us for X amount of years, and we'll do it for like less than." That's
I'm sure. Yeah. But if that's in the cards, that's what I would say. Like, hey, if you're staying in Vegas, just move it to there.
Yeah.
I doubt that's in the cards, but
if it is, we stay at the Excalibur. We have the ballroom open to have the thing, and then the final dinner is during the actual Horse and Games nightly show.
Yeah, right.
That would be awesome. And then the winners, the winners circle, whoever wins their cutting competitions and all their fights, gets treated like royalty and gets their own like box up in it to watch the show, and they get treated like kings. All the knights salute them and all their horses and everything.
That'd be pretty sweet. Man. Yeah, it seems like it's meant to be, right?
I've already done all the hard work, guys. You just go ahead. I've already had the ideas. You go ahead and steal that from me. Make it so. I want none of the credit or the money. Right. Maybe free admittance and dinner, food. Obviously, I'm gonna have food. But
So if you're watching, guys, and you do Combat Con, let us know below. One, I guess thoughts on Hayes last year, and then two, if it does move on, where would you want to see it? So thanks to Jared Kirby and his whole team, Chris and all them who've been putting on that show. We love you guys a lot, and that whole community at Combat Con has been fantastic, and I'm sad it's all last year. So
thanks. If this is truly the last one, thank you for the ride. That was really fun.
Yeah.
And on that note, if this is truly the last one and people's thoughts think it's going to be so, then we are probably expecting some decent crowds. A lot of people coming out for the last hurrah, because I know some people skip Combat Con saying it's expensive to go and stay. I'll just hit it the next year,
Right. Yeah. Agreed.
But this is the final hurrah, huzzah, the final huzzah. Then Yeah.
So I guess stepping away from Combat Con there. So if we can do Queen's Gambit, we will. So if you're new and if you're not familiar with the Queen's Gambit, please check them out on Facebook. I think they have a page up, and then I believe you can also search for it online. And they do have cutting, so they're the only tournament right now on the East Coast, or mostly East Coast. They're in Charlotte, right? Charlotte, North Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in Charlotte. And they're the only tournament on my side, on the east side, that I'm aware of that does sparring and cutting. And they do cutting a little differently, so this will be fun to see. I haven't cut at this event before, but Kyle, what's his last name? Peltier? Am I saying that right? Kyle, kill me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Just yell at me in the chat. But yeah, Kyle, I don't know if Kyle runs the tournament or if he just does the rules for it. I'm not sure. He probably runs it, I guess. But yeah, he was telling me the rules, and they're a bit different, and yeah, it should be pretty fun to do. I'm excited for that because we've been wanting a tournament on the East Coast here for a while. We hope to do our own here in Florida soon at some point.
Yep.
Again, still building stuff. So
coming soon, Swamp Sword 2027.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully before then. But it'll be exciting to go. Then the Kansas City tournament, if you're in that area, highly recommend. They don't do cutting at this event, but they do a lot of sparring, all sorts of longsword. I believe they do sword and buckler, rapier, like all the stuff. And we also have a blade we're donating to them as well. So this will be one of the prize blades. So if you go and compete, I don't know which category this will be a trophy for, but this will be one of the. Let me make sure I get the right image here. So this is one of the arming swords we have available. Again, Type 18 arming sword. That is going to Kansas Sword Strong in Kansas City. I'm shipping it tomorrow, actually. And this one has pretty unique grip because it has that black leather with a stainless gold stainless twist braided into it, which I liked a lot. And yeah, it turned out really good. So whoever wins, I don't know what event it's going to be, but this will be one of the prizes. So if you can make it out to that, definitely make it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm missing an event, and maybe it was Salt Lake Open that I just wasn't thinking of. But that's not till October.
Shit. I feel like we're missing an event as well. I'm trying to. Everything's so crazily spaced out.
Yeah, so I'm looking up Salt Lake Open real quick. But while I'm doing that, we went to at least for me, I've been to this event a long time ago, but never been to this event in terms of thinking about a booth for us to set up for, and that is our local Highland Games, which was super fun. What was crazy, so I didn't bring anything to show off because I was a little nervous. At Ren Fairs around here and all sorts of events, they check everything you have on you. So they either piece tie it or tell you to put it in your car. So I didn't even want to bother with that. So I just showed up in my kilt and just went to have fun. And I was talking with folks running the event and with other folks who have booths, and they're like, "Yeah, you can bring whatever blades you want. They don't check. They don't care. If you want to sell swords, great. Please bring them." And it sounded like we could even do like demos or even do cutting. So I'm like, And Highland Games is not just here. It's a circuit that goes around the whole U.S. So I'm wondering if that might be a great avenue for another cutting tournament. I mean, they're doing all the games already. Like, why not have another game that's cutting?
Sure, yeah. If they're just looking for more draws, you know what I mean, for attention.
Yeah, the whole was a lot of fun. They did have 2 different HEMA groups. One was a reenactment group that was there, and then another one was a HEMA group that was I'm not sure what. Actually, I don't remember the name of the one that was in the back, but it was more like like single stick guys. If you're familiar with that, that do like the Highland broadsword type work. But yeah, they're super cool guys, and they were all excited about. They didn't know they had a local swordsmith near them, so I might be getting a lot of emails pretty soon. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So if you haven't been to your local Highland Games, check it out. It might be a great avenue, especially if you're looking to do a HEMA tournament. They look pretty darn open to it. So
yeah. Speaking of emails, we're sorry, guys. I've noticed we've gotten a lot of emails lately and a ton of Instagram messages and Facebook messages.
Yeah.
And we have that auto message that goes out that says, thanks for your email. We are checking on it. Sorry if a lot of you guys have been waiting for responses or have been getting lax responses. You know what I mean? We're trying to keep up with everything.
Yeah. In fact, this morning, there it goes. So apparently there's a lot of different Salt Lake Opens and different like tennis. Like all the different things.
Arguably a game that would be better with swords in it instead of rackets.
Yeah, this morning I spent a good, I think, hour responding to Facebook messages just to make sure we're not leaving people behind here.
Yeah.
So yeah, Salt Lake Open is October 17th to 19th this year. So Blade Show West is the week after. Is that right?
That sounds right. Yeah. I know they're just separated by a week. I don't remember which comes first, but okay. I know one's before the other for sure.
Yeah. So Salt Lake Open was also. I hope they're at the same venue they were at last year because for a HEMA tournament, that's a very fun venue. Yeah. I hope they have more of it because they were sectioned off last year, and they probably will be this year too. But I think they could expand. They might need more competitors. But,
yeah. But like you were saying before, I do hope they move into the Salt Lake area where the convention center is, the Saltair Palace or whatever.
Yeah, that might be too expensive.
If it gets that big, that would be awesome. Here to help out you guys out in any way you can. Plus, great food options up there. Oh man, there's a Rodizio Grill, there's a Braza Grill, there's a Texas Day Brazil. Oh,
yeah. So I guess the other thing too is, let's say Combat Con does not continue. if Salt Lake Open went back to yearly and then shifted its time back to that same time period in July
to cover the slot. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that would make sense too. So that would be another one of my wishes if that could happen. Yeah, we'll see. And the guys running Salt Lake are super awesome as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So lots coming up. But yeah, so I guess going back to our 50th. So this is our 50th Sword Talk. We did want to. Do you want to dive into those now? We're right about 35 minutes here. I think it's probably a good time.
Yeah, I think so. We're trying to prepare a little special treat for you guys where we kind of look down. It was a last minute treat, so it wasn't really well choreographed or thought out or anything like that.
Right.
But it's looking back at the last 50 episodes, the top 3 shining star moments that we have covered that are near and dear to our hearts and very likely even more so to yours. If they suck, then I'm sorry. We tried.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the first one here?
By all means.
Yeah, so number 1. So do you want to do any setup or just go right into it?
Yeah. It was my second tournament that I've ever done at Valley of the Sun in Phoenix. It was a tournament I was forced to participate in under duress of no free will of my own. I was just forced to. You know how Russell is. He's like, you're going to get in there. And then the minute Phil steps in, he's like, you're going to get in there, goddammit. And I'm like, yes, sensei. And then I jump in there. But it was a moment that you could tell at the end when I pat my chest. I thought my heart was beating out of my chest because I thought I was going to royally screw up that double cut.
No.
Especially because Jason Hughes, sorry if I got your name wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Jason. He had gone first, and he had nailed that double cut as well.
Yeah, and the prior tournament, this is the cut that knocked you out at first.
Yes, correct. I was set up. I think I'm fairly certain to line gold up on my first tournament ever at Fright Fight 2023, and I biffed the double cut, and it set me back to silver.
Yep.
Which.
Yeah. So then he comes back with a vengeance, and does this guy. So. Right. Yeah, you can see this. Yeah, I understand.
I was worried, man. I was worried. I'm not really much for competing. No. It is fun, and the more fun you have with it, the better it is. But it just puts like a little bit of stress on me to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't know.
But you're good at it. Yeah. Every time you've done it, you've done really well, and you've been really excited afterwards. So that's what I like seeing. Your eyes light up when you get it. That's what I like. That was Valley last year, right? Not this year, but last year.
Not this past year. The year before that. Yep.
That's right. So then mine was the next one here was my first Socal competing, which was 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago.
I want to say 3. That was a 3-year.
3. This was the Arming Sword Division. First time, I think this was first time Socal had Arming Sword Division specific. They had single hand cutting prior to this, but this was Arming Sword specific, I think. So, guys who do Socal, please correct me if I'm wrong there. But so this was mine. I was just having a great day. I was each cut I had, each feat we had, if I can talk, each feat we had. I was just on this day, and this is the first time I did this particular feat ever. I never really thought about this feat before, but yeah, the double cut. Oh, let's try that again. I always gotta shake out my nerves before I go.
Oh, yeah. So just take a moment to appreciate John knocking those pants, man.
I know. Yeah, that's the the inspiration for me getting poofy pants.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that was a very fun tournament. That was so the feat before that was also quite fun. You had the double mats up, and we had to do some fun cuts there, and yeah, it was just overall a very fun tournament. We also had to do the thrust to cut with the balloons at the time, if you remember the balloons.
Oh, yeah.
That was the hardest part, I think, for me. But yeah, so ever since then, I've done the double, like no problem. But first time doing it though, like, and had never done it before, I was a little nervous about that, as you can tell.
Yep, that was wild.
So yeah, that was our number 2 for the top 50 or top. What are we saying?
top 3 shining moments of the last 50 episodes.
Yeah, and then number 1 was tough to pick, but one just stood out very clear. I don't think you need any setup for this one.
No.
So ready?
Let's just see it. Hit us.
Yeah.
Yes.
The sound is so terrible.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, it stopped early.
Why did it stop? Yeah, the best part is where he shoots him with the second blade of a 3-bladed shotgun sword. And it play like an orangutan in a hurricane.
Did it? Oh yeah, see, it's got a little bit more. It didn't load all the way. I think we broke the internet.
Technology has truly failed us. Still,
it did.
Still great. What a fantastic moment in cinema and sword history combined. Oh my god.
Let's see if we can get it to finish. Oh, is it too
late? Yeah, it deserves a replay. No, is it not doing it?
Yeah, I guess we broke the internet with that one. That's how good it was. It broke. Yeah.
Here's the only one that we queue up and play up like
on your side.
One is the one that's messed up. Say what?
Can you see anything on your side? It says it's loaded, but there we go. Maybe. Hold on.
Yeah. Nope. Classic Sterling Armory.
And it's so good that it's broke the
Yeah, it's good to put it off early again. Look at that. Look at that monstrosity.
I wonder, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
someone was in a writing room and did a line of what we will call drugs and then said, here's what we should do. Take a sword, turn it on its axis, keep the original, multiply it by 3, turn it into a gun. And then a smarter person said, why doesn't he just kill them with a sword like a normal person? They threw that guy out the window, defenestrated him. And that guy never worked again. But this scene happened, and it was maddening. Yeah. I love when he shoots him with the first one. It looks like the pressure blast that comes off is enough to blow his facial hair and eyebrows off.
Right, yeah. The sword doesn't go through him. It just goes 99.9%.
Right, yeah. Right, and gets hung up. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we don't know how to do
that day, and they're like, how the fuck are we gonna do this?
Yeah, like, just glue it to the back of my head. You're good.
Yeah. Like, screw it. No one's gonna give a shit. When sword and the sorceress.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not gonna be. They're gonna be too. Whatever they do in that moment, they're gonna be blown away by the next setup of him getting hit in the hand with an arrow or spear, and then him shooting another guy up the horse with a sword blade.
Yeah, I wish we could see that second one. But yeah,
the second one's the best one.
I wonder if having like the audio playing and everything else at the same time, or the music. I wonder if that's messing.
Could be. I don't know. It looks pretty choppy, but it looks like the viewing stays the same. So it looks like it probably.
Yeah.
Expanded the length play time.
Either way. Yeah, I could be maxing out my bandwidth here. Although I wouldn't think so, but yeah.
Yeah. It's all right.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our surprise for our 50th. Again, I didn't realize it was our 50th till we hit. You know, I gave Josh a call. I said, "Hey, can you still make it tonight?" And then I started up StreamYards, and I was like, "Oh wow, we're at 50." So that was the
That's
amount
wild,
of time
man.
Yeah, to set this up. So But yeah, thanks you guys for watching. If you've been following along with these sword talks, thank you very much. Every time you comment, by the way, below, either in the video or when we post them on Facebook or share them wherever, it definitely helps everything. It helps the whole conversation as well. So please comment and share and like and all that stuff. But yeah, so I think I know we're slow getting these sword talks out, but hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit more here pretty soon. Again, Colton hopefully will join us tomorrow, although you can't make it next time, right?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I might not be for Big 50 for Big 5-1. I might be a little incapacitated.
Yeah, if you can make it though, I mean, more that'd be better. And we do have some other special guests planned. Hopefully that'll join us pretty soon. And then we have the Sword Talk trivia, which we haven't done in a little while. So I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think I might let Josh run the next one because every time I run it, it's a little too difficult.
So what molecule was represented best on the periodic table when this sword ruled England? Like, what the hell are you talking about, man?
Yeah, we definitely want to do one of those soon. Although I'm thinking it might be harder. I was thinking stretching it from film to TV shows, but that might be even more obscure. So
very obscure. Yeah, I mean, we can count the amount of TV shows that have had swords in it, like in the hundreds, right? But
yeah, so it might just have to be like
65%.
Yeah, the scene or a character or something. Do you know what movie this is? Or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a simplified version. We just show a sword. You tell us if you know what show it's from. Yeah. I would love to get some audience participation. If any of you guys out there would like to do a live one of those where we all throw our answers in.
Yeah, that's the thing we haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So we weren't, for a little while, we weren't, you have to have a certain amount of YouTube presence in terms of content and viewers before you're allowed to do a live. But they changed that recently, and now we can do a live. So yeah, if anyone's interested in that, or we can also do it live through StreamYard. We don't actually need to be on YouTube. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, let us know. That'd be, I think, a lot of fun. So I don't know how to do all that, by the way. So
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, give Thomas a call. Hey, Thomas. And yeah, maybe you can help us out. So, alrighty. Well, I think that's it for tonight, though. It's actually almost midnight here, my time.
Yeah, time to go sleep.
Yeah, well, it's actually time for me to go. We got a coyote trying to go after our ducks, so I might
time to put a scope on him.
Yeah, I might be looking for him.
Get yourself a new jacket out of it.
Yeah, I mean he did some damage the other day, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. So, but yeah, that might be my night. So, alrighty, guys. Well,
thanks to help you.
Yeah. Yes. Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
If you're still here, thanks for joining us again. I hope you had a good sword talk. Hope you grabbed a good drink too to follow us along, and I guess we will catch you next time.
Later, guys. Good to see you.
All right. Stay sharp.
5-0.